Domestic violence in the NFL. Domestic violence is an ongoing problem in this century of time. What once started in 753 BC Rome extended throughout history, from 1500 early settlers who did not allow wife beating, 1871 Alabama becoming the first state to void the right of men to beat their wives, 1975 in which most U.S. states allowed a wife to bring up criminal charges against her husband for abuse and violence. The world has made many efforts to maintain peace and safety to a husband-wife relationship. However, this problem has yet to be solved and is a prominent problem in today's society, even in the NFL. Race and gender has been a huge deciding factor in problem-solving and active participation in the NFL. Even though there are 70% African Americans in the NFL, there are no African American women on board the special deciding committee whose sole purpose is to advise the league on domestic violence issues and matters. Melanie Campbell, the president and CEO of the National Coalition of Black Civil Participation, was outraged with this fact and sent NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell a letter. Ever since then, there has been at least one black woman in the group. In the meeting, Campbell said, "We're not just victims, we're parts of the solution," which states the determination she has with new female black women on board in the community. The faster this problems will be solved. Many reasons why people resort to domestic violence is not because they are angry human beings that cannot control their primal instincts, but the fact that people are not educated about their own actions and consequences they may face or bring upon to their loved ones and surroundings. Domestic violence is a powerful sign of an unhealthy relationship, which can be seen as control issues and problems in maintaining jealousy. A lot of times these problems are caused by simple arguments or disagreements. It's important to make sure you are really clear about what these issues are. They are crimes, and we want to make sure that we are clear when we're communicating with individuals about what they are and what they look like. Was said by Greiner, the NFL's director of player engagement and education. Her solution is to create a baseline of knowledge and an understanding that league employees and players are held responsible for their actions in future family violence of sexual assault incidents. Some solutions were made by Greiner. First, bystanders should take action because ignorance is no longer an excuse and silence is not a solution. Second, 32 NFL owners were presented a mandatory presentation concerning this topic at hand. One important video segment that will be played in the meeting will be concerning Gay and his parents.
I'm William Gay of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I lost my mother to domestic violence. I know how hard it is to leave a bad situation. Please don't be afraid to ask for help. Women's Center and Shelter is there to help you.
It's been out there, and we know that domestic violence is out there, and it affects everyone in some form or fashion. But when you see something like that, you can't act like you don't know. You will never know what it can affect you or leniency and outcome of domestic violence case are another part of this major problem. As the league face the troubles of handing out punishment, some of these punishments are not justified. For example, 3 major trends emerge. Players will either get a brief suspension, no suspension, or grandstand justice. The dealing of abuse has not improved either, because according to Ren Riddick, the profile of the NFL is so high. We've come a long way in 30 years, but in some places where we feel stuck. One reason why Redrick feels stuck is because it's so hard to prosecute players and out of 50 cases, USA Today Sports was only able to find 43 legal resolutions, and in other words, 7 of these were either hidden or solved through illegal means. These mysteries are another reason why it is so hard to give a punishment. Everything is so unfair. According to Credo's actions, players are more likely to get a longer rate of suspensions from drug usage than from domestic violence. 16 games versus 2 games of suspension is a big deal, and it is not fair to respectable players. We should not let players who commit domestic violence off so lightly, because this is just saying that NFL and Roger Goodell does not care about the safety of women. This is not right. The NFL is fumbling domestic violence and is not safe for ladies.